So hello. Today I would like to go on with Unit 9A. Here we will focus on the second type of if conditional. Let's start with the vocabulary and pronunciation part. We will have a look at the animals and insects and the verb stress. Okay. There is a listening part. I will skip this for now and go on with this one. The answers are given again. Okay. So there is a bee, butterfly, fly, mosquito, spider, a wasp, farm animals. There is a bull, chicken, cow, goat, horse, pig, and sheep. Wild animals. There's a bat, like Batman, bear, bird, camel, crocodile, deer. Deer is also the plural form. Elephant, giraffe, kangaroo, lion, monkey, mouse, rabbit, rat, snake, and the tiger. There are also some sea animals: dolphin, jellyfish, shark, and the whale. Okay. Bite and sting, there's a difference. Some insects sting. They inject venom into your skin with a needle, like bees and wasps, and also some sea animals, example jellyfish. Other insects bite, like this, example mosquitoes and spiders, and also snakes and all animals with teeth. Okay? So if you want to see the answers, I will show you. Okay, this is number 5, this is number 2. These are the answers. I'll go back on page 70. So these are the pronunciation of some animals: camel, crocodile, dolphin, elephant, giraffe, kangaroo, lion, and mosquito. All right, if you have a look here, do you have, or have you ever had a pet? What was it? What's your favorite film about an animal? Yes, some questions. Okay. Okay. Look at the pictures of the 5 most dangerous animals and or insects in the United Kingdom. Which do you think is the most and least dangerous? I suppose the snake is the most dangerous. Maybe the wasp. I don't know.
9.4. So, David, what are the 5 most dangerous animals in the UK? Can you tell us in reverse order? I mean, starting with the 5th most dangerous.
Yes, of course. At number 5 is a snake, the adder. The adder is the only poisonous snake in the UK. They can be about 1 metre long, and they're quite common in some parts of the UK. They don't normally attack people, except when people step on them by accident. A bite from an adder can be very painful, and occasionally can kill. However, the last death from an adder bite was more than 40 years ago.
Ah, and number 4?
The 4th most dangerous animals in the UK are cows. People think cows are slow and a bit stupid, but in fact, cows kill at least 1 person every year.
Gosh.
However, nearly all attacks happen when people are walking dogs in a field of cows, and they usually happen in spring or early summer when young cows are with their mothers. So that's when you need to be careful.
And 3rd?
In 3rd place are red deer. These are large animals. They can weigh 100 kilograms. You need to be especially careful in the autumn, when the male deer can get very aggressive. They also cause frequent accidents on the road by running out in front of cars. There are about 50,000 car accidents a year which involve deer.
And in 2nd place?
Dogs. They are responsible for around 200,000 attacks a year in the UK, although most of them aren't serious and very few actually cause death. Certain breeds of dog, like German Shepherds, Rottweilers and Pit Bulls, are more aggressive than others. One reason for this is that they were traditionally hunting dogs or guard dogs. Dog attacks can happen at any time, and some dogs even attack their owners.
And in 1st place?
Wasps and bees.
Really?
They cause more deaths in the UK than any other type of animal or insect. About 5 people a year die from bee or wasp stings, and it's nearly always because they have an allergic reaction. About 25% of the population in the UK have a bee or wasp allergy, some more serious than others. However, people are usually allergic to either bees or wasps, but not both. Bees and wasps only sting in self-defense, or when they're provoked, but wasps are more aggressive than bees. So if you ever see a wasp nest in your garden, make sure you call a professional to come and destroy it.
Most definitely. Well, thank you, David. That was both fascinating.
Okay. So number 5 should be the snake. 1 meter long. Step on them by accident. 4 is cows. And every year, walking in fields usually in spring or early summer. 3rd is red deer, 100 kilos in the autumn. 50,000 car accidents a year. Other dogs, very few attacks cause death. Their owners, wasps and bees. What 5 people a year die from an allergic reaction. Wasps are more aggressive than bees. Okay, so these are the first parts. Okay, so reading and speaking. Would you know what to do? Would you know what to do? Would you know what to do means if something would happen, what would you do? So this is kind of imaginary, it's not for real for now. Would you know what to do? We all love seeing animals on TV and zoos, but some animals can be dangerous. If you met one in real life, would you know the right thing to do? Read about some common and some less common situations and decide what you would do. Okay? So in the city, what would you do if a large aggressive ran towards you? Okay. Large, aggressive dog, maybe. I would shout at it several times. I would put my hands in my pockets and walk slowly backwards. I would keep completely still and look in its eyes. All right, so in this sentence, you will underline this. Ran. This is simple past. And in the second part, would shout. All right. Would put. Would keep. All right. What would you do if you were driving? If you were driving and bee or wasp flew into the car. Again, you will underline were driving and flew. You can read the options yourself. In the country, what would you do if a poisonous snake bit you? You will underline bit you on the leg, and you were, underline were, more than 30 minutes from the nearest town. Again, you will underline would put, would suck, and would tie. What would you do if you were walking? Underline this part. If you were walking a dog on a lead and some cows started moving towards you. You will underline again. Would let, would pick, would shout. What would you do if you were in the sea and a jellyfish stung you? Okay. You will underline were, and you will underline would rub, would wash, and would wash. Again, what would you do if you were in the sea? Underline were. Okay. Near the shore and you saw a shark. You would swim, you would float, you would shout, I would shout, whatever. Okay? So underline these kind of things. So this is, as I said, is imaginary. Is imaginary, and it's not for real. In other words, hypothesis. Okay, so it's just the imaginary part. Okay, so I will go on with the grammar part. This is the structure. If plus past simple mainly, and on the other part, would plus infinitive. In other words, verb 1. Okay? These ones, these 6 questions here, are, the question is, are they about the past situation or an imagined future situation? The answer is, of course, future situation. No need to open the answer. So let's move on with this one. Okay, so you would feel much better if you did some exercise. I'd enjoy the weekend more if I didn't have to work on Saturday, but I need to work. If you didn't have to study for your exams, we could go out tonight. Okay. Would you really wear a suit? If I bought one for you? I don't know. If we took a taxi, we would get there sooner. I wouldn't work if I didn't need the money, but I need it. That's why I need to work. If I went to live in London, would you come to visit me? But I'm still in Nevşehir. Okay, so it's just imaginary. So I would like you to underline again, would feel, would enjoy, didn't have, if didn't have, would really wear, if we took, I wouldn't work, went, if went, and here you underline would come, if I bought, could go out, if didn't have to work, would get, if didn't need the money. Okay, here, if I found a good job, but I'm still looking, I would move to the USA, for example. If, we would get a dog if we had a garden. But we don't have a garden and we are not going to get a dog. If you tried Indian food, I'm sure you would like it. I wouldn't buy it if I didn't like it. Not like. If we hired a car, we could, can, could. We would see our children more often if they lived nearer, but they live far away. I wouldn't go to that restaurant if I were you. It's very expensive, so it's not logical to go there. You would learn more if you did more homework. I would cycle to work if the traffic wasn't so bad. Not be becomes wasn't. Okay. Would you work abroad if you found a well-paid job? It depends, maybe. I love living here. I wouldn't be happy if I had to leave. Okay, had to leave. Had to leave. Had to leave. Be careful with this part too. There is two missing here. Okay, had to leave. So you see, would get, and on the other side we have the past simple tense. Okay, you can change the order of the sentence, no problem. All right, so this is the grammar part. I hope you understand what's going on. I'll go back on this part. So here, what would you or wouldn't you do if you saw a mouse in the kitchen? So you have got here lots of questions. These are all imaginary questions that you talk about an imaginary thing, all right? So it's not for real. This part, talking about the imaginary situation with would and wouldn't. To make it more, let's say, sound more interesting, you can add I'd definitely. I definitely verb 1, infinitive, okay? I think I'd probably, so I probably wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't. I don't think I would. All right? So these expressions make the sentence sound more interesting. All right? So that's for the first part of Unit 9A. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.